In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Don't let your dreams be just dreams. Take action. A closed mind is the biggest obstacle to growth. A closed mind is like a locked door to opportunity. It doesn't just keep out bad ideas, it blocks the good ones too. Growth isn't about clinging to what you know. It's about daring to be wrong, to question, and to explore what feels uncomfortable. Some people think certainty is strength, but it's actually a cage. The strongest minds are the ones that can bend without breaking, adapt without losing their core. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. The longest relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. Nurture it. Time spent with loved ones is never wasted. Those that are most slow in making a promise are the most faithful in the performance of it. Not every door that closes is a loss. Some are divine detours. Judge a man by his questions, rather than by his answers. You can't change others, but you can inspire them by changing yourself. Don't fear being alone. Fear being surrounded by the wrong people. Freedom is what we do with what is done to us. Every word has consequences. Every silence, too. The simplest truths are often the hardest to accept. Your failures are your best mentors. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. You will never be able to experience everything. So please, do poetical justice to your soul and simply experience yourself. Dream big, but remember to enjoy the small moments. Your job is not your worth. Remember that. Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget to sing in the lifeboats. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Don't wait for perfect conditions to start. They'll never come. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for your entire life. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Don't let the fear of failure prevent the possibility of success. Your scars are proof of your resilience. When we love and respect people, revealing to them their value, they can begin to come out from behind the walls that protect them. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. We inadvertently adopt their interests, their opinions, their values, and their habit of interpreting events. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. Character is much easier kept than recovered. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow. He who dares not offend cannot be honest. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Ambition without purpose is like a ship without a compass. Without work, all life goes rotten. But when work is soulless, life stifles and dies. Hope is a good breakfast, but it is a bad supper. What worries you masters you. The most precious of all possessions is power over ourselves. In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. We are like chameleons. We take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. The courage to be is the courage to accept oneself, in spite of being unacceptable. Health so far outweighs all other blessings of life that a truly healthy beggar is happier than a sick king. Don't hold on to anyone who's leaving. Otherwise, you won't meet the one who's coming. The first duty of love is to listen. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Act without expectation. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Willpower is to the mind like a strong blind man who carries on his shoulders a lame man who can see. Steel your sensibilities so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. He is happy whose circumstances suit his temper, but he is more excellent who can suit his temper to his circumstances. The first thing you have to know is yourself. A man who knows himself can step outside himself and watch his own reactions like an observer. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. All cruelty springs from weakness. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Never complain of that which it is at all times in your power to rid yourself. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Life, if well lived, is long enough. Only he who attempts the absurd is capable of achieving the impossible. Many people are good at talking about what they are doing, but in fact do little. Others do a lot, but don't talk about it. They are the ones who make a community live.